Tal'dorei and around Kraghammer.
Hello, hello.
Hey!
Hello.
Oh.
Hello.
So, quick resume. Oh wait, we don't do that this week, do we?
Some stuff is going to happen.
Some stuff is going to happen. So let
Just happened.
us get started. A strange group of people find themselves in the city of Kraghammer, known as the three-tiered city. This metropolis is built into the mountains in the center of Tal'dorei, home of the massive dwarven population, and one of the most major industrial centers in the world. In the days following the Chroma Conclave, it's become a major center of reconstruction, as many goods, weapons, merchandise, etc. is built and shipped out to other parts of the country. However, with so many items being produced and shipped, the requirement for security and protection is at an all-time high, especially with a growing gang war between the Clasp and the Myriad spilling out into the wider part of the country. To fill this role, a number of adventurers, vagabonds, and other types have assembled in Kraghammer as part of a great caravan trip taking place over the next month, transporting goods, services, and materials back for the reconstruction of Imon. It is here that our story begins, in the Tavern of the Rock and Stone, where we meet our intrepid adventurers. All gathered together under Old Man Carruthers, a stout halfling who runs his caravan group up and down the country. He's gathered together a group of people who've agreed to accompany him back to Amon. As they sit round at the table and share drinks, why don't the players describe, in a quick word, them? I'm going to go left to right, so I'm going to start with you, Artemis. If you could just give us a quick description.
Yes, so Artemis, a young lady, she's a bardic type, and basically, if you've met and got to know her, she is travelling to a local town to go and meet her fiance, which is how she's met up with this group. As long as that fits with the DM.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
It's Unwin, you're next.
So, small gnome-like creature, living in the mines for too long, been very isolated and wants to see the rest of the world. Thought adventuring might be the only way to do it.
Brilliant. Next to him, you see the diminutive form of a kobold.
Yes, hello, I'm Jog Zog Zog Jog. Don't get it wrong. I'm just a little old man who enjoys his shiny things. I came across my new Lord and Saviour, Friar Pan. And basically, he's not just come along because he's poor as shit and needs some money.
Next to him, you've got Osblin.
Sorry, I'm still recovering from crack smurf. Right. Yes, sitting there is a rather slim bronze dragonborn in shirt and vest, tinkering away with whatever he's got in his hands. And he's here primarily just to fund his tinkering, doing whatever he can that's not too dangerous as far as he can tell, just to earn a bit of coin.
Very good. And the new joiner to the party, Unwin, is joined today to join the party.
I do think you got my name wrong, but that's... I think that's my token, but the name hasn't applied.
Oh yeah, I see that. Allow me to correct that. Apologies.
No worries. I was wondering where I was.
there you go. As Old Man Carruthers apologizes profusely, he's a very confused old man, and you look exactly like the gnome.
That is fair enough. Although I am a hulking monstrosity of almost 2 meters tall, Thalid Kekmane is actually kind of short for a Goliath. But that is precisely why he was exiled from his family. He just wasn't tall enough. Kind of ironically, he was adopted by a family of dwarves who taught him the ways of the sword, which he immediately dropped because that was just not cool enough for him. So he fights with a halberd. He is very happy in protecting anybody that would need so. But he does kind of keep to himself, and he's not a very talkative person.
Good stuff. And tucked away outside of the tavern room, in the dark storage room at the back of the Rock and Stone, a pair of dwarven sentinels sit cross-legged, halberds and axes in hand, staring at this hulking bugbear across them, green in tint. And why don't you introduce yourself, Greb?
Well, you gave the grab away. So, as the DM eloquently put, Greb, a hulking bugbear, only 5'6" tall, standing there in the corner. He enjoys damp, dark corners. You can see that his skin or his fur around him is damp and almost, you know, when you have a loaf of bread that you've left out for far too long and it's gone mouldy and mushroomy. He's standing there muttering to himself, just going, back I'll get you. He's just pacing, looking back at the guards, waiting to perhaps escape at some point.
So looking back at them, underneath their bushy faces, their big beards, you can see their noses are wrinkling as this room is starting to smell of stale bread and rotting flesh. And you can see the two half-wardens turn and say, right then, we best take him through to the old man. I don't know what you've done, but to get branded like that, you are the worst kind of criminal. Now, you stick close to us and do not leave our sight, otherwise we've permission to cut your head off. You understand me, you goblinoid shit?
I'll get back in return as a grunt.
Yeah,
Follow
very
them.
good. And with that, with a chain attached to your arm, you see these two half wardens pull you through. The rest of you see coming through the back a pair of stout dwarven half guards, behind them dragging this enormous bugbear in green tint. As they pull them down, and you are plopped down onto the table next to Old Man Carruthers. Get in. They're like, here's your prisoner, old man. He's in your trouble now. We've marked him, so if he tries to leave, he's going to have a very uncomfortable time. But keep an eye on this one. You can't trust these types as far as you can smell them, and you can smell this one from miles off. You can see the old man Carruthers, the stout halfling, sort of turns around and says, well, that's fine. I'm sure I'll look after him. He doesn't look that bad. Well, I'm sure he's misunderstood Tap. Be on your head, old man. You take care. And with that, the pair of them wander off, and you see them disappear out the door. And there. And you're all sat around the table. Artemis, you have now noticed that the empty seat next to you has been spat on by this enormous bugbear, who does whiff just the slightest bit.
She's all covered in
Is he
spores.
is he quite safe? Is he okay?
Oh, well, he's had special runic enchantments put on him to make sure that he can't do anything too nasty, but I'd keep my distance just in case. Well, why don't you swap seats with me?
You're next to him.
Officer seat? Oh, that's right! I have to get confused about this sort of thing. Well, it's very nice to meet you all. I'm glad you all decided to take me up on my contract. We have an exciting opportunity coming up at the moment. As you know, thanks to them dragons over there in the west, a whole spate of construction material and weapons and other exciting things needed in Amman. Now, I run my own little caravan. It's just me and Sweet Daisy traveling up and down the countryside. Now, I have this lovely order coming in from a Mr. Brandt. He's requested a whole host of items of dwarven make for delivery to Amman. He's made this a Russian delivery. So, I've decided I need a bit of extra help, and we're going to take a shortcut. Now, I know you must have lots of questions. I don't know if you've been in the Wildwood Valley before, so if there's anything I can say to alleviate your minds, answer now. Otherwise, I'm more than happy to get going.
This will be safe, won't it?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask as well.
I mean, the there's not many dangerous things in the valley. It might be a bit of a rough journey. There's high cliffs. It's mostly safe. I've done it about 100 times, and I'm okay.
Oh, good.
He gives you a toothy smile. You can see that a good chunk of his teeth are either gapped or disappeared at this point. His sort of Einstein hair sticking out at all sides.
Do our food
So it's
expenses get covered?
You can eat anything on the cart as long as it's accounted for. What we're shipping isn't food so much, so unless you eat metal, you don't eat metal, do you?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, that's great. Then yeah, food will be covered.
That is.
How much are you paying for this this journey?
Well, it is going to be 1,000 gold pieces per person on delivery.
At that point, you can just see the eyes nearly bulge out of this kobold's head. Deals with gravity of that situation. Oh, that'll cover me for the rest of my life.
I'm going to ask, who here has a perception or insight skill as a proficiency?
I do.
I do.
But if you have proficiency in either of those, can you roll me an insight or perception check, either of your choice? So Greb and Oslan, you're looking at him and you can see that he's quite a hyperactive old man. He's quite sprightly for his age, but he seems to be particularly eager to get going. He's sort of hopping from side to side in his seat, and he seems to be wanting to move.
What about mine, old man?
Well,
I'm imprisoned here.
well, I can promise you won't be cut until you get to Amman. And then, whatever they fancy doing with you there, that's their business. They tend not to be the death thing, though, so, I guarantee your safety, maybe?
So am I following your orders?
It's more of a suggestion, really, but yes, follow what I say, please.
I mean, if he's an expert of this trail that we have to take, I think that's a fair request.
Makes sense.
Now, I should give you fair warning. There's some sort of activity going on in the Wildwood Valley at the moment. Some strange group gathered together. Travelers have been saying they've been robbed more often. Talks of groups of goblins and monsters, and it's an uncertain time. So, I'm gonna be honest with you straight up. One of the reasons I have hired you is for protection. I can't guarantee there's not gonna be something dangerous on the way. But I think amongst the 6 of you, we should be able to manage it. If for whatever reason that doesn't suit you, you can go now. No hard feelings.
Oh, robbers and goblins.
Hmm.
Arthur looks around at the table. It does look like a fairly tough group.
Well,
Weird.
you can see Oz is very, very obviously torn between the idea of, well, I don't really want to be in danger, but I don't want to give up that money either. But he's not moved.
I'm sure my Lord and Saviour Frying Pan will save me.
You can see Thalid giving him kind of a weird side eye, kind of trying to figure out what this frying pan is. Is it showing on your body?
Yeah, so he's literally just like gently stroking it at the moment, a bit creepily. But he's so essentially, if you haven't gathered yet, it's just a silvered frying pan. However, he believes it holds some sort of magical power.
Yeah. The look from curious becomes worried once he sees the frying pan being stroked by the kobold.
You also observe him blinking one eyeball at a time.
Yeah, he just, once he's assessed the situation, he just turns around, makes a mental note, and just decides not to press it further. He's seen worse.
So, if you're happy to go to business, finish your drinks, and we'll be heading off within the hour.
It's fine by me.
Yeah.
Wonderful, but I've got one person come with me so far. Was that two?
Yes. I'm in.
That's good. Oh, and you have to come with me anyway. Oh, don't look so angry. It'll be fun. It's very exciting in the valley this time of year.
Well, it's either that or drinking, so I might as well join you.
Brilliant. So this is your chance. You are in the main floor of Kraghammer, so if there's any last-minute equipment you want to get, so things like ropes, pythons, anything like that, this is your chance to get them. You do have enough money to get by and collect those items.
Artemis is a bit shady on the whole food situation.
Mm-hmm.
She'd quite like to get some kind of stock of food.
Absolutely. So you come across, and you can see that there is a dwarven bakery and meat shop. In fact, you can tell by looking at the building that there's clearly used to be two shops, which have now sort of been melded into one. Especially, you see this strange dwarven creation of they're cutting slices of bread off and putting meat in between them.
Ooh,
It's a
that's
strange
new.
thing. You can see quite a rotund dwarven woman, about middle age, comes up to you and says, "All right, nice to meet you, laddie. Sorry, lassie. It's difficult to tell with you, Longshanks. What can I get you?"
Oh, we're going on a journey. There's a few of us, some big types too. So I was looking for some rations to take with me. What are you doing with that bread there?
Oh, it's one of my latest creations. I like to call it a dwarven hole filled with meat. You put the two pieces of bread together, like stone, and then you fill it with jewels, in this case meat. And you put it together, and you got a handy dandy little bit to carry your meat around in. And when you're ready, you throw the bread away, and you eat your bread.
Oh, that's quite ingenious, really.
Oh, thank you very much. Can you roll me a persuasion check, Artemis? Because she's obviously quite taken with that.
Oh dear.
That's nice. It's really nice to see you. I'll tell you what. You seem like you're like a nice lad. I'll give you one of these for 3 if you make an order.
Oh yeah. What would you recommend for a trip?
Meat and ale. And we also have this. We have this meat infused ale and this ale infused meat.
Oh. Okay. I'm not so much on the ale, you see. Maybe I should get a bit for the others. Do you think that would go some way into ingratiating me with them?
Absolutely. I think you should get a big order for all of them. That's it. You know what they say here in Kraghammer? If you don't bring a meat to a party, you must be a vegetarian. And no one's friends with a vegetarian.
Now that, very wise. Alright, let's get some stuff together then.
Right. So quickly sort of chopping and packing away the meat, you end up with about a week's worth of rations.
Yep.
About 90% of which is just dried meat.
Okay. And a little bit of ale?
And there is ale. You can see that they have got these little mugs where they've got little iron tops nailed on.
Well, that might be a bit heavy for Artemis, to be honest, but she'll try her best. And how much will that cost me?
So across the total, that's going to be a gold piece.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think that should see us through. And the ale, I think, will go down a treat.
You're welcome, lassie. I hope you have a lovely time here in Kraghammer. Just remember to stay on this level.
There's more levels. No,
Right.
I think Artemis would know that.
That's right. So Artemis would know that Kraghammer, the
Yeah.
key part of the city is the 3 slabs, the top, the centre, and the bottom. And then underneath that is you start going into the major mines and the quarters. But for the most part, the city is largely off limit once you get below the centre slab.
Okay. Well, of course I wouldn't go. I wouldn't be going down too deep through the slabs, of course.
You have a lovely time now.
Thank you.
And
Question: do we have any potions?
so the lot of you are all given 1 potion of healing, just a regular,
Fantastic.
which you will all start with. And Alice, is there any other business you guys want to attend to shopping-wise before you head off on your journey?
I will just along the way find a stall if there's any that has polishing silverware. Like a little sponge and rag and buckle.
You are in Kraghammer, one of the craftsman's capital in Mage Dwarven City. You absolutely find a polishing set.
Yeah, I literally I spend an entire gold piece getting the most ridiculously prestige polishing kit that I can get.
So you get the Rubdown 9000.
Yeah, absolutely. The Daz of Daz.
It does cost you a gold piece.
Perfect. Just gently starts just shining this pan away.
Fantastic. Anyone else got any business?
I might have to do a bit of shopping. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you can go. I'm still searching for something.
Okay. As a captive here, am I able to do any shopping unescorted?
Not unescorted. You do have Old Man Carruthers. He seems to be following you around at all times. But he does seem to let you wander off, but he is always right next to you.
Sneaky little fucker. Am I able to go to a?
What's that? I didn't quite hear it.
Nothing. Is he able to take me to some sort of like a leather working shop or armor of some sort?
Yes. So there is a tannery and there is a armory shop.
Old man, if you want me to accompany you on your ridiculous journey, you're gonna have to buy me some new armor. I'm in rags here.
You just roll me a intimidation check, please.
I'm not very intimidating.
14! With a 14, you see his eyes sort of look up a bit at you, and for a moment you think that this is a little halfling. What's he got to show? But he sort of just gives you back a 2B grin, and he goes, "Well, it's quite radish. You should probably make sure you've got some sort of protection. I'll tell you what. I'll see if they've got any discount armor pieces we can put on you."
Fantastic. I'll let him know. I'm specifically looking for either a shield, or both a shield and perhaps some studded leather. Either or will be fine.
You have managed to procure the both of those. Both a studded vest and a small shield are provided. The shield is wooden, and it was left in the back of the shop because what self-respecting dwarf would use a wooden shield?
Perhaps as part of accompanying that, will they able to pick up because I imagine I had nothing on me, so a stave or a club of some sorts.
Yes, they can. You absolutely get a stave as well.
Wonderful. By stave, I mean good stuff.
Yes, but that's fine. It's slightly too short for you as a bugbear, but it's still functional.
I'm sure the cracks can fix that. Thank you, DM.
Fantastic.
If I'm able to, sort of alchemy supplies, vials and flasks and stuff like that.
Absolutely. There is a alchemy shop which you're able to procure all of that.
Brilliant.
Well, for me, it would just be some darts and then some calligrapher's supplies.
You in fact actually managed to find some darts in the tavern. There were some absolute heathens throwing it at this sort of board on a wall.
New age technology.
But yes, you have a handful of darts.
Yep.
I'll say 6 pieces.
And as I'm just following everyone behind, I'm just picking up a handful of rocks and putting them in a little pouch.
That's right. Jog, just to check with you, where do you have your pan sort of attached to you? Do you have it like on a belt, or is it strapped to your chest when you're not using it?
It's sort of just hanging off his back on like a little, like almost like his backpack.
Brilliant.
It's his own little backpack on it, sling on his back. Yeah.
Good to know.
Are we saying at this point that we would? I'm asking specifically for the experimental elixirs thing. Would we have said at this point that I'd have had a long rest and I would have one of those to hand now? Or?
Yes. So all of your class abilities, as you would have them, assume you have them at the start of the adventure.
All right, cool. So I'm just going to roll a d6 to find out what that is then. Cool. Transformations.
Transformation. That's exciting. And likewise, Valid, you've got the option if you want to grab anything while you're here.
Indeed, I do. I think Thalid realized that his Warhammer was due for a change. It's not because I forgot to add it during character creation, so he definitely needs to replace it. So I think he's going to go ahead and buy a brand new Warhammer. Being in Kraghammer, he assumes that he'll find a decent quality one.
You do, in fact. Actually, you're in luck, as one of the weapons which is being carried on the caravan is a set of Warhammers. So Old Man Carruthers says he's willing to lend it to you during the journey, as long as he can get it back at the end, because he does need to sell it on.
That's good. Yep, you have my word.
Absolutely. So I just knocked down, you've got a masterwork here. It's a dwarven-made Warhammer, so it is masterwork.
Hell yeah. That is. So is that an extra something, or is it
So
just very?
So you get a +1, but only to attack,
Okay, that's good.
and it has no other magical properties. It's just incredibly well made.
All right, I'm gonna add it. I thank my boss, let's call him that, profusely, and I add it to the pile of weapons that I have strapped to my body.
Fantastic. You have sort of like a Commander Worf bandolier.
Pretty much. I have a couple of hand axes, I have a shield and a halberd on my back, and then I'm gonna have to find somewhere to put the Warhammer. If I can't find it, I'll just put one of the hand axes in my pouch somewhere, with the cover, of course, on top of the blade, and then hang the Warhammer on my waist.
Absolutely. So, shopping in hand, you make your way up the ascent back to the top of the mountain of Kraghammer. You can almost hear the heroic music playing in the background as you walk up, ready for your journey. And that is when you see Sweet Daisy. Sweet Daisy is the most pimped out caravan you have ever seen. Its wheels have metal rims on the side. You can see that spikes have been attached to the middle spokes of the wheel. It has been painted over in ostentatious colours. If you've ever seen Mad Max, imagine one of their cars, but as a caravan. You can see that two ponies with barely any fur left on them, just sort of Mohawk-style manes sit at the front.
And depending on what one you've seen, do they have silver paint in their mouths?
It doesn't look like silver paint, but you can see that one of them, when it's offered a carrot, does have a couple of gold teeth. And you can see on a booster seat at the front, Old Man Carruthers sets himself down and picks up the reins. And he says, "Right, ready then. Are we ready for a bit of an adventure?"
I think so.
Ready you are, old man.
None of us are getting any younger.
And with that, you set off the trail down out of Kraghammer. The great mountain suddenly disappears behind you as you travel further down. You've travelled down a winding path which goes back and forth. As you start to reach the bottom of the main ascent, you can see for several miles in the distance there are a constant trail of caravans and travellers going back and forth down the main road. Well paved and looked after, all of the spokes on the wheels manage to neatly align with either side of the road, and it's easily travelling. And an hour, 2 hours pass, and you've made good progress as you head down the main trail. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the world of Tal'dorei, you have started up here in Kraghammer, in the centre of the map, as you travel your way through the Wildwood Valley. As you travel another hour, you can see that the traffic on the road has started to get quite heavy. You started to slow down quite significantly as carts overtake each other, travellers pass. You can see dwarves, goblins, all kinds travelling up and down, largely not paying any business as the half guards patrol up and down, keeping things in order. Another hour passes. You're stuck. There are about 7 to 8 carts in front of you. Nothing seems to be moving. Feels strange. Many people on the road today. It's usually busy, but it's not this congested. Can one of you kindly find out what's going on?
I can go. Does anybody care to accompany?
Certainly.
I'll come along with you if you want.
Of course.
I'll stay here and mind the carts.
It's fair enough. Right, so I jump down the cart, waiting for the people that are coming with me to follow suit.
Yeah, I'll jump down with you. Well, I have to climb down, I'm only like 3 foot tall.
So I extend my gaze towards the line of carts and beyond. Do I roll perception, or what do I see?
Are you trying to look at sort of the general distance to see sort of what's going on? Are you trying to sort of get detail if you can work out what's caused this this jam? I would say if you're trying to investigate, it would be an investigation roll.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. All right. Or, yeah.
So with a 14, you can look ahead, and you've got pretty sharp eyes, Fallid. The advantage of being significantly taller than everyone else is you get a good view down on when things go wrong. As you look ahead, you can see about 4 carts down. You can see what looks like the tent of a cart on its side. It looks as though something overhead has turned over and is blocking both sides of the road.
Okay. I turn to my companions to go. There is very likely trouble up ahead. Looks like somebody has toppled their cart over.
Oh dear, we should give them a hand.
I guess if you're going ahead, I would probably have overheard this, assuming they weren't too far ahead.
Yeah, they're only about 10 feet away from you.
Yeah, I just wander down and have a look as well and go, oh, looks nasty.
Jog.
Does it look heavy?
So as you make your way around, you can see that this caravan, it's a white rake. It's one of the classic sort of tent style ones, and you can see that various boxes and things have fallen out. You see on the ground sparkling is some gold and silver coins which seem to have poured out, and you can see that a pair of rather grumpy looking dwarfs seem to be picking up these boxes and moving them to the side of the road.
I guess, are we wandering past at that time, just like casually walking past, or is this just?
You saw it, so it's in front of you, so you're sort of walking towards where the accident has happened.
Well, we should probably go take a look. And as I'm sort of wandering along, I just try and like nab one of the silver on the ground.
Absolutely. Can you just roll me a sleight of hand check to see if you can do this?
Yeah, 12.
12. Bear with me one moment. That's fine. So you manage to sort of lean over, and one of the dwarves turns to look at you, but as he does, you're bending over, gets the light of the sun off your freshly polished pan. You see that the dwarf sort of covers his eyes and squints for a second, but when he starts looking again, your hands are clean in your pockets. He says, "All right, we got a ragtag band in front of us here. Look, if you're not going to help us, you can piss off. I've got to account for all of the lost goods and make sure everything's here before we move on again."
Understandable. Have a nice day.
I mean, wait. We should help them. If we manage to move over everything, like the road will clear sooner, won't it?
I thought this was on the way to the accident. I don't think it was actually the accident.
No, this is the accident itself.
Oh.
You can see that one of the wagons is overturned at the front.
Oh well, we should probably help.
Oh,
Well, I'm happy to help, but you should mind your language, young man.
Well, I would say no to extra help, especially with a big un like you. I'll tell you what, if you can help us move the boxes out of the way, we can probably get this cleared and moved out faster, alright?
Seems fair.
That's right.
Yep.
Right. So, who's going to take the lead on this? Who's going to help with the lifting?
I probably will.
That's fine. So, Fallon, can you roll me an athletics check? And you're basically helping them lift the boxes and move them out the way.
Yep. There it is.
14. With a 14, you make good progress, and it does take you about half an hour or so, but you do manage to get all the boxes moved out of the way, and then as a group effort, you all sort of dig your knees in, and you manage to push this wagon onto its front. You notice that the spokes on one of its wheels have broken. And with a bit of effort, it takes about another 10 minutes. You manage to sort of drag it to the side of the road. And from there, you can see that traffic is now freely flowing again. But it has taken you about 40 minutes to do it. Back at the cart, Unwin, you're sort of sitting there.
Oh, I thought I went down with them.
Sorry, you're not Unwin. I'm thinking of Greb. Apologies.
That's right.
It's all these new names you see. Greb, you're sort of sitting there. You see that old man Crovis is just whistling tunelessly. It's making sort of this weird sound as it goes through his teeth. It's very windy. Can you just roll me a perception check? Is that something's caught in the wind and it comes to your nose?
Natural 20.
It's a natural 20. Natural 20, you recognise this. There's goblins nearby. You can smell them.
That's fine. On the flip side, I don't suppose, since I've seen this crack smurf, kobold, right?
I mean, I'm quite happy for you to continue using Crack Smurf.
Okay, jog. Am I able to determine what his kind of connection is to this frying pan at all? Does it have any religious connotations linked behind it?
Roll me a religion check. This is going to be very hard.
Okay, I have something called Bell Teachings. I don't know if that plays much into it at all, but let's go for it.
Just describe it. What does it do?
Let me take a buckle in here, just to speed things up. But I will do religion. So essentially, yeah, we didn't work out a thing because I didn't talk to you about it. But yeah. So
you roll advantage. With a 14, I'm gonna say he seems to be obsessed with this frying pan. It is a very shiny frying pan now.
Nice, I like it. There's goblins coming. Cool. That's it. Nice to know.
And over the course of this, eventually the party gathers back together, and the logjam does start to break. And things like a traffic jam, everything now starts to move slowly at first, but you do eventually start moving. And another hour passes, and you've now come to the part. You're outside of the peaks of Kraghammer and the mountains. You're now in sort of the winding valleys, and you can see that there are canyons starting to develop on the sides. And as you're travelling on, you suddenly notice that you start to veer off the main path. And you start to head down a sort of well-kept but clearly dilapidated mud trail, which starts to head towards the west.
This must be the shortcut.
That's right. Now it's a bit of a tight gap at places, but we'll get much quicker than going the rest of the route. Because either we have to go all the way through, down past the Silver Cut crossroads, through past the Adseed and over back to Amon. This way we go past the Serpent's Head and through the Turian Forest. It's a lot quicker. Now, I'll give you fair warning, it might be quite dangerous around here, so I'll be prepared if you're not already.
I pipe up. Thought you said you were safe. Done it 100 times. All that.
I mean, I've done it 100 times, so it's safe for me.
And what happened that 100 times?
Well, I mean, I did run into a couple of dangerous things a couple of times. Caravan's been robbed a few times before that, but we got out okay. It's fine.
I sigh as I draw my halberd.
Just slowly starts muttering to his pan, just holding it in his hands.
And as you come round a bend, you find yourself in a tight gap, which the cart just about managed to squeeze through, but you have to sort of get off the sides. You can see that Old Man Crothers is sitting at the front. And you guys, firstly, can you all see the map?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And can you control and move your tokens?
Yes.
And can you move your token, Jog?
Yeah. I was moving it around, doing a little. Yeah, it's all
Playing
good.
with his pan.
Fantastic. So you have found yourself at this sharp turn in this road. You can see that it is reasonably well travelled, but you can tell that this route is rather tricky to get through. Greb, as you sort of look around, you sort of think that this bend almost looks like a pair of buttocks for some reason.
That's a nice rocky outcrop.
Yeah, I knew you like it. This is why it's my favourite route to come.
I'll just stare at him. I wasn't talking to you.
All right, boys. I'm gonna just take a moment to try and get the wagon through. Can you go search ahead? Make sure it's safe to go round.
How far ahead do you want us to go?
Well, I know the bend goes round here, and there's a small bridge. Just make sure it's clear. Maybe check if the bridge is still safe. I want to make sure I can cross it in the caravan all laden down.
Yeah. I nod, draw my halberd, and take a few steps forward, looking behind me, to make sure that everybody's on board with it.
Absolutely. So the rest of you see Thelid intrepidly step forward, weapon in hand.
Yeah, I'll happily follow behind.
Yeah, I'll follow. I'll keep my hand on my dagger ready.
Oh, okay then. I guess we're doing
Just
that.
absolutely stays with the group. She's terrified of this. Stand next to the big guy.
Right.
Oh,
So before turning the corner completely, so before arriving here, Thalid tries his best to sneakily, without doing any sound, without making any noise, peek and see what the situation is, and where the bridge is. Of course.
Cool. So you sort of push yourself up against the rock face, and you try to
This
move
is where I am, basically.
quietly. Yeah, can you just roll me a stealth check to try and avoid detection?
Well, that's not good. But I'm gonna do it regardless. I do have chainmail. I can't remember if that gives me disadvantage.
So chainmail does unfortunately give you disadvantage because it does
Yeah, that's
jingle
right.
around as you walk. 18. Cleverly thinking that the chainmail is going to make a noise, pushing yourself against the rock face seems to be the right move here. As you sort of minimise the noise, and as you sort of just round the corner, it does look clear in this little clearing. As you look around, there's nothing obvious out here at the moment. You can't really see around the bend into the shadow, but it just looks as though there's a bridge there. A bit dilapidated. You can see that a couple of boards are missing. It's probably seen better days. But without getting any closer, you wouldn't be able to tell if it's stable to cross over.
Okay.
I'm going to say, Thalid, while you're there, pushed against the wall, can you just make me a perception roll, please?
Yes, of course. Well, that's not good.
That's a 4. So as you look around, sort of, you get a gust of wind as it comes around the bend. You see the water. You swear you see something in the water. And then as you sort of squint your eyes, you see a small fish splash out of the water and move up into the next pool.
Okay, so I turn around and, moving back towards the group, I notify them that the bridge is up ahead. There is a small clearing in front. And of course the bridge is crossing over a river that seems to have wildlife in it. So keep your eyes peeled, and I would say we just clear the area before giving the go-ahead to the old man. Unless anybody, of course, has better ideas.
Well, I can help you with that. And he wanders forward, just in front of him, pulls out his frying pan, almost like a metal detector, and you can hear him just muttering to himself, like, "Help me, frying pan, help me, frying pan, help me, frying pan." And he's got. I'm going to use my Eldritch invocation for Eldritch Sight, so I can cast detect magic at will. without
Okay.
spending a spell slot, and he's just going to use it almost like as a magical metal detector walking forward, just to see if there's any like arcane traps or anything.
So as you finish muttering these incantations yourself, you sort of look at your frying pan, and then immediately beep 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 beep. There is you are getting a horrible smell of illusion magic all around you.
I don't think we're safe here. I think there's someone here.
The rest of you, what languages does everyone speak?
Oh, good question.
You speak Draconic Drogzog. I know
Yeah.
that.
Common
Draconic
and
Elvish
Halfling.
Common.
Where is it? Where is it? Common,
Mine's-
Draconic,
oh
Elvish.
my God.
Dwarf.
Yeah.
Goblin, Undercommon. Get my words out. Undercommon, Gnomish, and Common.
So Oslin and Jogzog, when you hear those, you two hear, I think they've noticed us. Quick, throw the paintball. And as this happens, suddenly, just between the lot of you, you see something on the ground. And sort of as you look, you can see there is just this sort of squunched up, sort of brownish ball, which is just collapsed into itself. And then suddenly, there is a... And suddenly a massive amount of bees and wasps fill the air. Can everyone please roll me a dexterity saving throw?
Oh dear.
As in, Artemis, you save. Jog, you fail. Osnan, you save. Greb, you fail. And Valid and Keg, please. Sorry, Valid and Greb.
I rolled an 11.
11. That is a save. And Greb.
Sorry, what am I running? Constitution.
Yeah, sorry, it's a dexterity. Yeah, that's a fail. So everyone fails apart from Artemis and Oslan. Suddenly, you are peppered with tiny stings and bites and scratches as this swarm of wasps bites and stings down on you. As you take 14 piercing damage
Jesus Christ.
as they crawl inside your armor. And then from the top of the cliff, you see a pair of figures suddenly appear. This whole layer thing's great fun. As you see a pair of draconic faces look down at you, and you, for those who stand draconic, you go, "Probably Captain Bar, we will take the styles for ourselves." And can everyone roll me initiative, please?
Yeah.
Yee. You've all clicked initiative before the terminal was open. Sorry.
Oh, that's fine by me after that terrible one. There we go. That's better.
Oh no. Should I be doing it through my token?
No, or your page. Either works. They should be linked together.
No valid token was selected, unfortunately.
Let me make sure I've got your thing
Well, there
linked.
I am.
If you click yourself, and then there's also initiative button there.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I'm with you. Cool. Third time's a charm.
Time's a charm. Perfect. I think we got everyone here. Is everyone seeing themselves on the initiative?
Yep.
Use.
He's not showing that. Why aren't you on the technology? There we go. Perfect. So as you're there, you see that this diminutive sort of draconic figure sort of looks down and with a smile of glee and maybe a bit of satisfaction on its face as it sort of looks down at you, and you see that it reaches into this bag it has on its back, and you see it pulls out a basket over the top of its head, and you see that it's going to throw this bag of centipedes down on top of you.
By the way, I'm not sure if this was intended, but I rolled the same as the Kobold Inventor.
Oh yeah, why did you go to the bottom? Strange.
I have no idea.
What is your dexterity modifier, Thalid?
2.
+2. Can you just roll me a d20 quickly, please?
Sure.
You're going first.
Right, so just there you go. Because I could have still rolled a 1.
Absolutely. So I'll retract that. That you don't get thrown.
I didn't hear anything. I heard nothing. I mean, not much I could do, to be fair, really.
So Thalid, your skin stings where these wasps have bitten and stung into you, but you're aware now. You can see that these 2 kobolds are standing above at the top of the cliff face.
Indeed, I can. I do shout above us, to anybody that can hear me, and I scream to the old man, "Stay back!" While I try and is the okay?
Yep.
I thought I saw him moving.
That's all fine. Yep.
As I try to swing my halberd in the middle of the swarm of wasps, trying to at least disperse them a bit.
Absolutely.
So
Can you roll me an attack roll, please?
Yep.
23. Absolutely, that is definitely a hit. And roll for damage on that. It's a 9 slashing. So with 9 slashing, it's a strange thing. Much like a fan, you sort of spin your halberd round, and although you're not getting a huge number of them, you are definitely shrinking the swarm, and you can see that the numbers have definitely decreased as you spin your halberd round.
I move here, giving the back to basically here.
Brilliant. Perfect. Anything else from you?
Nope.
Brilliant. So the Kobold Inventor is going to go back to his original plan. You see that he picks up this basket and he starts to throw it down. I'm doing it slightly different from the rulebooks in this, but he is going to throw it in the center here on you, Artemis. As suddenly you see this basket fly over the head, and as you look up into the sky, you just see this little rain of centipedes fall on top of the lot of you as they start to crawl and try and bite all over you. Can Artemis, Greb, Thalid, and Oslim just make me Constitution saving throws, please?
Yep.
Oh no.
It's 2 saves, 2 fails. So Artemis and Greb, you feel these things start to bite into you and start to sting and bite all over you as you take 1d10 points of piercing damage. You take 4 piercing damage as they sort of bite and fall over you. However, in this time, you do manage to crush and throw most of them off, and they start to scamper away all over the floor. And he's going to go to his other goblin and go, "We've got them now." Jog, it is you.
We need to get rid of these pests, and then those 2. And he's going to just cast Eldritch Blast at the swarm of wasps.
Absolutely, go for it.
21 to hit.
That is definitely a hit. And roll for damage.
6 damage.
6 force damage. So with a fire of this eldritch beam, suddenly you see a little shockwave there as a huge number of wasps all fall flat to the ground. You can see there's only about maybe 10, 15 left of them just buzzing around. They're almost gone.
Fantastic. That'll be my turn, I believe. Oh, actually, no, I won't. I'll hang on, maybe potentially. I'll move here, so I'm within 10 feet of the wasps, and I want to use Draconic Cry and sort of scream, saying, "Get rid of the rest of them now! Hurry up! Hurry up!" And that should give all of you advantage on attack rolls on anything within that 10 feet. So the swarm of wasps, basically. So you'll easily get rid of those.
Good stuff. Anything else from you, Jog?
That's it.
Okay, Greb. Bzzz, and you
Wonderful.
insects
I have a
everywhere.
saving throw. Again, my turn. Love it.
Unwin. You can see that the bugbear is fallen backwards as a centipede crawls out of his mouth.
Ew. Well, after brushing the wasps off my unarmored skin, having done quite a bit of damage, I will have to drink my potion of healing.
Okay. So I am playing quick drink rules, so you can do that as a bonus action.
Cool. Can I see either of these? Well, I'll be doing that as a bonus, obviously. It's a D4, isn't it?
It is 2d4 plus 2.
8 total. Cool. Can I see as well? Can I see any of these kobolds on top of the hill from where I am?
Yes, you can. You can see the pair of them are now stood up, and you can see you can see the inventor sort of waving his stick in the air, and you can see he's got a big basket. The other one seems to have a sling in its hand, and it's sort of jumping from one hand to the other.
Cool. Obviously, I've never had darts before. Would that be within range of that?
Yes, it would, because I believe it is 20 feet for that. So you could attack. It would be at disadvantage, I think, for the range.
Yeah, there's not much else I can do, so I will throw a dart at that one.
Absolutely. Roll for an attack. That's a 20. So 20 hits. Roll for damage.
What is a dart? I knew
If you just
done
click
it
on
already,
the dart,
actually.
if you click on the dart underneath.
There we go. 4 piercing.
4 piercing. And which one did you attack?
That one. The top
that
one.
one.
Rent 2.
And as it's sort of giggling at itself, you suddenly hear a as it suddenly has a dart in the middle of its shoulder.
And then I will move just back a little bit.
Good stuff. Anything else from you, Unwin?
No, I think that's me done.
Oslan, you're up.
Cool. So I'm going to take a crack at the breath weapon, and I'm going to aim in Inventor 2's direction, trying to go through the swarm. The swarm is my main target.
You should be able to get all 3 with that, with the triangle, I believe.
Oh, it's a straight line. It's 5 foot straight line.
Yes, in that case, you should get the swarm then.
Cool.
And you get advantage on the swarm, I think, from that cry.
Well, it's a dexterity save.
Okay.
So
Never mind.
Dex
DC
save.
8 plus your constitution proficiency. So
that's a 13.
that would be. Find it. 1 plus 2 is 3. So 11. So yes, they succeed. So they take half.
Which is 6 rounded up. So as you sort of let loose your breath. Oh, so what kind of breath is it?
Fire.
Fire. So as you suddenly let this blast of fire out, the last of the swarm suddenly just incinerates in the spot, and the buzzing and the incessant noise disappears.
Brilliant. And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to healing word the bugbear.
Absolutely.
So 6 hit points for the bugbear,
Nice.
Hey, thank you, my dude.
and that's me done.
As you do, Greb coughs and sneezes, and suddenly a pair of centipedes come out of his nose. Artemis, bugs everywhere, horrifying.
Oh, how far away are these two?
So they are 10 foot up, and I think they're 25 feet away.
Oh, that's fine. Oh, how dare you use these animals for your own awful purpose, you scaly gimp. No offence, Oslan.
Fair enough.
You just get like a quizzical look.
It's just mockeries, the one that's taken a dart in the shoulder.
Absolutely. So it looks at it. That was a wisdom save, was it?
Is that a wisdom save?
That is a wisdom save.
It's a wisdom save.
That is an 8.
Okay, that is a fail. Takes 1d4 psychic damage and let's chuck a d4. Just the one. And has disadvantage on the next attack roll.
You see this one sort of look at you and go, eh?
Why? Does anyone look particularly damaged around me? Anyone look like full of the bee stings and things like that?
You guys tell me.
I'm covered in quite a lot of mumps and looking quite rashy. Yeah.
You're looking a bit bad, so I'll chuck down a healing word as a bonus action.
Yeah, just to make you aware, he's obviously quite old. He's 70, so you know he's getting on for a bit in his years.
What?
Oh my god!
Well, they live up to 140 is what I saw, so I was like, I'll go for like 65-ish.
Just
So
middle age.
definitely retirement age.
To give you an idea, that bee sting one made Unwin look like he might have been a bit allergic to that until he took the potion of healing.
Yeah.
I will say, Jog, you are exactly 149 years older than the two who just threw the bees on you.
Oh, what combination? Yeah.
Right.
So whoever looks particularly poorly is going to get 9 hit points, basically.
Well, guys,
9 hit points. I'll happily take
Got it.
9.
Cool. Over
Thank you. Yeah.
there. That's me.
some of your little mumps close up. You see the second one who looks like the sidekick goes, "I kill you!" And you see he rings his hand up with his little sling, and he spins round a couple of times, and he is going to throw one at you, Oslin, because you're a big dragon.
Sure.
That's a 14 to hit.
That misses.
As it pings past and bounces off the wall, and he goes, "Ha! Victory!" Thelid, you're back up. Valid.
All right, I have absolutely no range, except if I grab a hand axe from my belt.
Mhm.
Hold on, let me check. And I don't have it yet.
I will say to clarify, guys, this does look scalable, this wall. You'd have to climb up it, but it's only 10 feet.
I won't risk it, seeing as we're right behind a colossal ravine. I know my luck. It's happened before.
It's a ask me how I know.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
He's scarred.
PTSD.
But yeah, as I grab the hand axe that I have on the left side of my hip, as I grab it, if anybody has any innate magic sense, I'd say that's the word, you can feel some magic emanating from the hand axe. And I try and chuck it exactly towards him.
Absolutely. Go for an attack roll.
Right, that's an 8.
That's an 8. As you throw it, it flies past him, and ting scrapes across the floor behind him.
All right, and as a bonus action, I resummon it back in my hand.
Can you just roll me a D100 quickly, please?
Yes, of course.
As you resummon it. 46. As it does, it flies back and it lands in your hand as it goes between the two kobolds.
And I just try and keep my eyes fixated on them to see what their next move is going to be.
Absolutely. Anything else from you, Valid?
Nope, that's my turn.
So you can see that this one, with its little bag of tricks, sort of reaches into its bag and it sort of pulls out everything. And you can see that it pulls out this little green bottle. As you can see, it bites with its maw and rips off the cork and gives it a shake. And it's going to throw it down at you because you're staring at it. He goes, "Go away!" Which is going to be a 15 to hit.
And it's a miss.
It's a miss, and suddenly it splashes on the floor between your legs, and you can see that this thick, viscous fluid suddenly just starts melting away at the stone underneath.
Ooh, that's not good.
Idiot! You threw my aim off! Jog, it is you.
After seeing the first one throw you something with a sling, he goes, "I can do that too," and jumps on the back of Thalid to get a little bit extra height, so he can be within 30 feet.
Assuming Fallon lets you do that, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
I
don't
don't think I even feel it.
I'll leave myself there just so I don't accidentally get stuck over your token. But yeah, I've jumped on your back, and then he just pulls out one of his rocks and just slings it at the. Which one was it? Inventor 2, wasn't he? Through the.
Yes, this one threw the
sling.
acid.
Yeah. Oh no, the sling.
This one had the sling.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna throw out the one with the sling then.
Go for it. Roll me an attack roll.
23.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a hit.
That is 6.
6 points of bludgeoning damage. As you do this, its head just bursts open as the body spins around a couple of times and flies flat on the ground.
And he's down.
Jesus.
He's down.
Fantastic. In which case, I get my blessing.
As you do this, the smell of bacon fills your nose as you are filled with energy.
Bullseye! And that's my turn. I'll just jump back off and just stand there proud of myself.
That's it.
Work.
Greb,
After,
you're up.
After my unfortunate accident that happened there, clearly slipped. You see Greb take off a spiky-looking mushroom off his shoulder, and you see some sort of mycelium lance head towards Inventor 2, which grasps around his ankle and pull him towards us. That is an 11 to hit.
An 11, unfortunately, just misses, unfortunately. As it sort of wraps around his leg, he sort of pulls his feet out and he goes, ah!
You piece of shit. And then I'm just going to move away from the group. I don't want to go down. As a bonus action, I'm going to softly grunt to myself and to cast one of these on myself. In fact, actually, no, I have a potion. Sorry, I will scrap that.
Cool. So you drink the healing potion.
Yeah.
Totally cool.
2d4 plus 2, right?
Plus 2, that's correct.
Nice. Cool, so that's 9. So,
That's right. Unwin, you're up. Osman,
Cool.
you're up next.
I'm going to be doing pretty much a rinse and repeat. I'm going to move forward to there. I will launch a dart again at event 2
Absolutely, go. Roll for it.
with an 18.
Definitely a hit.
That's 6 piercing.
6 piercing. This time you managed to get him straight in the jugular. It's like, and you can see that he's sort of wobbling from side to side in his leg. He's still conscious.
Damn it. And then I will move back to where I was.
Absolutely. Anything else from you, Unwin?
I think that's me.
Oslin,
I'm still learning monk.
you can see that this kobold is sort of swaying from side to side from blood loss.
Cool. I'm going to have a go with my dagger, which has got the returning weapon infusion on it. So we're gonna have. Oh, that's a port. So that flies off somewhere else.
So bringing the weapon out, you throw it, but you don't let go in time, and you just throw it straight into the ground beneath your feet.
And then it pops back into my hand. Be like,
It's very cool. That's very cool. That's a very cool
No one
moment. It
saw
just
that.
disappears and whooting, back in your hand again.
no one saw that. It's fine.
Anything else from yours there? That was unfortunate.
Yeah, no, that's me.
Artemis, you're up.
Artemis looks at the thing that he threw that's kind of bubbling away to itself and goes, "Ha ha! Nice throw, bum nugget." And I cast Vicious Mockery again.
That's vicious mockery in my eye.
That is
That
an
is
18. There's an 18 wisdom save. You can see that this creature's had far too much blood loss to understand what you're saying at this point. It sort of just weakly blinks at you. Thallid, you're up.
I do a small snarl before going this time for sure, and I throw the same hand axe once again.
Go for it. 21 definitely hits. Roll for damage. I see. So, Thallid, how would you like to do this? You get to describe how you want to finish him off.
I mean, I assume that I've had him under my gaze for a while, so I've got him zeroed in. At this point, I can't let be the only one to miss every single one of my attacks, which means that I zero in, I take a deep breath, and I chuck my hand axe right between the kobold's eyes. As I see it land, I snap my fingers once again, and it appears inside my hand once again, turning around and checking if the group is okay.
You do all of that, and as you summon the weapon back, the kobold's head suddenly just splits into two and explodes outwards.
There's a little golf clap from Jogzog. Oh, well done, well done.
Nice mode.
And the noise and din of insects battle disappears. And all you can hear is the wind through the valley. And you can hear, y'all doing all right over there? That looked nasty.
I'm going to go see what they've got in their pockets. And
Absolutely.
I walk up to the sort of walk up to the ridge. It's obviously 10 foot. And I just look up and I'm let's check. I can't remember how tall I am. He's only 2'4", so it's kind of like putting it, you know, like 2 feet.
I'm looking down on you.
But I'm like, hand anyone?
I look down at him and I go, sure. I mean, you helped yourself last time. Might as well.
Yeah. I just climb on his back, and he has to sort of, I guess, hop a little bit, and I'll try and jump up the last foot or two.
Okay, can you just make me an acrobatics roll with advantage?
With pleasure. Oh, with advantage. Okay.
Good guys. Fallon's helping you.
So athletics or acrobatics? Sorry.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics. Got to roll. No, it's okay. It did do the roll. Advantage of 13.
Yep, that is fine. It's not a difficult check. As you hop up, you can see the remains of these two kobolds. You see the one on the right is just split open. It's just lying on the ground, blood pooling over its sling. The one on the left, you can see it's got a wicker basket. It's fallen on top of, and you can hear inside sort of bubbling, and a couple of stands as well, as though there's something still alive.
I'll have a little peek inside.
So you're just getting right up and looking in?
I will use first of all, I guess, pull my metal detector out first, see if it goes beep beep beep.
Not this time. Doesn't seem to be any reaction from this bag.
And I'll pull one of my little daggers out from my pocket, and I'll just like use it to nudge the lid off.
So as you nudge the lid off, suddenly something scarpers out of it. As you see a black and white creature, a small mammal, run past. It's got a tail, and sort of as you smell the inside of its bag, it smells revolting. Mammal look quite tasty to you, though. Outside of that, as you look inside, you can see there's a couple of vials inside. You see one's sort of got a sort of reddish-orange liquid, and you can see there seems to be just a pot of this greeny fluid inside. And you can see there's another pot which has got a sealed top on top of it.
Like I said, I've got Arcana and Medicine abilities. Would either of them help me?
Can you roll me a medicine check for this?
Oh, it's a bottle.
It's a ball. You know what? Some of this stuff looks quite good, actually. You're hurting quite a bit. This might be medicine.
Well, I will grab them. I'll grab the little basket, give it a dust off, and bring my box of goods down with me. Assuming there's nothing else in any of their pockets.
Nothing, just tidbits. You see, there's a couple of bone charms and some leather strips.
Oh, okay, yeah, no worries. I might take a couple of leather strips just to rehandle the pan at some point. And then I'll hop back down. Off fella's shoulders first, of course.
Absolutely. The rest of you see that Jog returns, and he's got his hands full of these 2 pots in this vial of this sort of green viscous liquid.
Got some goodies here. I don't know what they do, but I'll figure it out on the way.
I look around, thinking if anybody else could figure out what the dangerous liquid that was just chucked at us is before putting it on the very important caravan.
Yeah.
He says it's medicine. Could I test it for medicine?
You could certainly try.
I mean, if you ask that, I just walk up to you, just pop the cork, and just hold down and go, there you go.
I'm assuming it would be a medicine roll.
Yeah, can you roll me a medicine roll?
You're going to drink that, are you?
When it rolls,
That's what it says to you.
Oz is just standing there with sort of one finger up in the air in his hand as if he was going to say something.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Unwin, you know this isn't medicine. In fact, this is negative medicine. This appears to be a vial of horrible viscous acid.
I say to him, well, it's medicine assault, but it's not the one that gives you health. You might want to throw that at an enemy if you get a chance.
Right. Okay. What about
That's
these? Then?
an enemy.
What about these others then? Because I've got there's 2 other things in there, wasn't there?
Oswin, just to check quickly, you're an alchemist, aren't you?
I am.
You don't need to roll for this. You recognise this is a congealed remains of a gelatinous cube.
Okay, I will say that as soon as everyone stops talking, because he doesn't want to be rude and interrupt.
Now the question is, do we stop talking and allow him to say that?
That is the question.
The remains of a gelatinous cube, is that what you said?
Yes, that is what is in the pot.
And he just sort of, you see him just carry it out at arm's length over to the ridge and just drop it in the water and just walk back, dusting his hands off.
Just casually kills half the
Jog?
basket.
Jog? No. You get back there, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Can I say that as he is walking away from the group, I get unbelievably concerned at this absolute madman, and I decide to go with him.
Yes, you can. You can go with
Okay.
Valid if you're concerned for the thing. The pair of you, as Jog, are you just going to drop this into the river?
I would have taken the acid vial out. It's the thing of gelatinous cubes I want to get rid of. Yeah.
That's fine. So as you drop it into the river, just at that moment, one of the trout jumps out and he's just instantly dissolved down to bones as the bones just splash into the next layer up. As you see, this gelatinous cube just sort of gets carried down the water and hits another couple of fish its way down.
Bye.
As you're sort of standing there, feeling quite proud of yourself.
And then secretly just freaking the main campaign gets a bad feeling next time he goes to this river.
The village downstream that's about to start.
It will not have any repercussions whatsoever.
Can the pair of you just tell me what your passive perceptions are? So that's 10 plus your perception score.
9.
And valid?
Yeah.
What's your passive perception scores? 10 plus 11? Did you say?
Yeah.
11. With an 11, you do notice that something is behind you inside of the cave. As you see a pair of amber eyes, reptilian, look back at you, and it goes, "Intruders! Get big one out!" As it then turns and runs inside this cave.
As all of this was happening separately, concurrently, am I able to cast mushroom berries and give 5 of the mushroom berries to the one that healed me?
Absolutely. Just a quick description. How do you cast your mushroom berries? What does it look like?
So, again, think of bread that you've left in your bread tin for at least 3 months. It's been unsealed, and then you open up the packet, and it's powdery and puffy in there. You touch it, and it's powdery and puffy too. And there's little rolled up balls of this powdery and puffery mushroom. It's got a tiny little toadstool mushroom on the top of it too. And I go and hand 5 of them to Oslin. It's like, you give these to people if they go down. And that's it. I don't give them any other descriptions other than feed them to people.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'll eat one. And you'll see that I restore a slither. Almost like 1/18 of my hit points back.
Oh, as you chew, do you do like a raging bull and have the puff come out your nose?
Yep, exactly, yeah.
Okay, so Oz will give it a little sniff and then put them in his pocket.
Yeah. So they are, just for the sake of the game, they are good berries. You have 5 good berries in your hand.
Cool.
Hitman, these are some good mushrooms.
I'm gonna get high on them bad boys. Well, that was happening at the same time, but that's okay.
That's fine. So yes, Valid and Jogzog, you hear this voice, Jog. You understand the words Draconic as this kobolds run into this cave, saying, "Get the big one."
I turn very angrily toward Jogzog, and then, seeing as how we've already been discovered, I just shout, "We've got more of them. We've been seen."
Yep. The rest of you hear this call.
Oh my. Okay. Oh my. And Oslin's just going to make his way around.
The voice was noticeably upset, rather annoyed.
Okay.
Unwin.
Yes.
As you have stopped there, can you
Oh,
just roll me a perception roll, please?
20.
20. You've noticed something as you turn to look round to check where your goblinoid friend has gone. You notice a series of objects moving up the cliff face where you've just been. In fact, they're not objects; that they're moving. They look like little people. Little green people seem to be climbing up the cliff face.
Oh.
As the goblins start to climb up the cliff.
Oh yeah, we'll be ambushed from behind as well.
I mutter to myself, I'm gonna kill that old man.
What was that?
Language.
Just Paul
That's what it says.
got his ear.
So you've got two things happening simultaneously here. You've got this kobold's run into this cave, and Unwin has noticed these goblins scaling the cliff face.
Goblins first. We'll deal with the big one in a minute.
Are we able to do anything as they're climbing up?
You can try, absolutely.
Can I cast mycelium field? In other words, named as I'm trying to think of different words for mushrooms, and I have mushrooms or mycelium. Those are my two names. Can I cast
Fungus.
God, you're a fun guy to be with.
Oh yeah, fungi field. Yes, I like it. On the bunch of goblins that are coming up, otherwise named as entangled.
Absolutely. So 90 feet. It is 21st. Yeah, absolutely. They all have to make saving throws. So
Field AC is 13, and I believe it is strength.
absolutely. So let's go through them. So that one is going to make a. So it's a dexterity. Did he say? It's strength.
Yeah.
That's a strength. That's a fail.
Nice. One restrained, two restrained,
That's a fail.
three restrained.
That's a fail.
One pass.
That's one pass. So as you do this, suddenly a series of these mushroom-like growths burst out of the cliff face and start wrapping these goblins up. And as they do, they fall down. As they've only got 7 hit points, you just see the 3 of them splat on the ground.
Cool. That was effective.
Material for later.
I can see the goblin boss is sort of going. "Ugh.
Oh shit.
Trying to evaluate his existence.
Actually, I've left the milk on the stove. He grits his teeth and he looks as though he mutters into himself as he proceeds to get his dagger out, and he seems to continue climbing this cliff face. You guys, you still got a chance to do something. Greb, that was your thing to slow him down and stop him.
Are we able to? Or are we too far away?
You've got time if you want to try and do something. Remember, it's all simultaneous.
I'll give him a cheeky little. I'll get close enough and give him a cheeky little zap with Eldritch Blast.
Go for it.
No, go away. We're busy. And where bloody hell is it? There we go. Oh, that one.
With that one, you sort of get your fingers up, but your eyesight's getting a bit off in your old age, Jock. And as you do that, you fire straight down at your feet, and you see
I managed to avoid it.
you don't get hit, but there's a rather sizable crack starting to fall in the edge of the road.
Oh dear. And I'll just use my last 5 feet of movement just to sidestep that, and then that's me done.
Yeah, whilst Jog was doing that, I'd have gone from where I was up 5 feet, and I will throw another dart at the goblin boss.
Go for it. Roll to attack.
22
22 definitely hits.
with a 7 piercing.
7 piercing. Clean hit. Yeah, he's not looking too good, and you would have had advantage in that. But yes, that's fine.
Cool.
That doesn't change anything. Artemis and Osland, you've got a chance here.
Cool. I mean, yeah. If I can make a clean shot, I will have a go with the light crossbow.
Go for it.
20.
Yeah, again, that's another clean hit. Absolutely.
And 3 piercing.
You nail him in the forearm.
Oh wait, no. This is yes. This has got repeating shot on it. So that's 21 and a 4 piercing damage.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot about that one.
absolutely. So yeah, go straight into the forearm.
Marvelous.
Ooh, no one else going to take a go. He's gonna try and climb up some more then.
But the area that he's in is considered as difficult terrain, just an FYI. Still not
Ooh.
enough square. That's an FYI.
Even if he saves.
Even if he saves, yeah, it's still considered difficult terrain.
Oh, okay. So in that case, he's only going to be able to move 1 square then.
So if
We get
they,
any more
if they
chances,
succeed,
yeah.
they can move full movement. If they fail, it's just restrained and it's difficult terrain.
With his local terrain, you can see that he's sort of trying to pull himself, but all these vines and mushroom growths are getting in the way, and he's really slowed him down.
Because he's taking so long to get up, does that mean we get another go?
I would say yes, you would.
So what he's going to do is he's just going to rub the back of his pan like static and go again, like yes! Let's try again. 16.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
That's 4 damage.
You just like a sunbeam reflecting off the frying pan. It just whags him in the back with concussive force.
That's better.
Is he still climbing?
Wait, this is
dead?
all taking place while he's trying to climb.
Oh, but if he's still alive, is he close up to the top? That
You can see that he's maybe about 2 foot from getting his hand on the top.
cool. I want to hold my action for if he makes it level with the top.
Okay.
Basically, what I'm going to do is, as he sort of eye line at floor level, I'm going to crouch down in front and go, "We're busy," and I'm going to stab him top of the head with my dagger. If he makes it that high up.
But is anyone else going to get in the way of that?
I mean, I can try and take another shot at him if this time.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. Yeah, because I don't have to reload this, which is awesome. Oh, it's only a 7.
As I said, this time you try to get your shot up, but it's difficult with all the moving stuff around him, and he is green, which makes him difficult to move.
Yep. That's me then.
You can see that he sort of gets his 2 hands up, and he starts to pull himself up by his elbows. And as he does, he locks face with you, Unwin.
Yeah, I'm just going to go, "We're busy." Stab top of the head with the dagger.
Absolutely, go for it.
21.
Yeah, it's a clean hit.
7 piercing.
7 piercing. How do you want to do it? He is donezo.
As he has sort of that surprised expression on his face, is coming nose to nose with me. We're busy. Stab him top of the head, twist the dagger, and then sort of push away and pull out the dagger so he falls off the cliff backwards.
As he tumbles, as his jaw breaks off on one of the teeth.
Yep.
He just slumps down on the ground, joining the other goblins.
Then I'll wipe the dagger clean and put it back in its sheath.
Very cool. Salad. While this has all been happening,
Yeah, I've been looking straight into the entrance of the cave, seeing as the rest of the group had that handled.
in the cave, as you're looking, can you just roll me a perception check to sort of look into the darkness and sort of tune your hearing to see what you can hear? With an 8, all you can really hear and see is sort of in this dark cave. It's the wrong time of day. The sun's sort of blocking your vision a bit. All you can sort of hear is like.
Yeah, I just keep my eyes fixated on the cave, ready for anything that might jump out at me. Halberd in hand.
So as you are sort of sitting there, a few moments pass, and then you see the first kobold you saw pop back out to the front.
Before all that, I was just saying, because you say it's been a few moments, would I have been able to come over here and sort of roughly hear anything of what they're saying and translate it to the guys?
I would say you were taking care of the goblins at that point.
Yeah, no problem.
So as you do that, you see suddenly and then you see a second kobold come out, and a third. And can everyone roll me initiative, please?
Yes.
Yes. Wait for the menu and click the buttons.
Oh. I think it's put us out of order a little bit, though.
Yeah, I don't know why it's done that. Easy to fix.
Oh, no, my
Roll
mouse
20
is passing out.
does that often.
Mine's just frozen.
Mike, if you're listening, I have every sympathy with all the complaints you have about the system now, because it never works like it's supposed to. Cool beans. Okay, Artemis, quick on the draw here. You're up first.
Yes, Artemis has suddenly remembered that she's a bard. So she's going to give bardic inspiration to Thalid. So, you're doing so well. Go get him. As a
Appreciate
bonus
it, mate.
action. So that is a D6, I believe. And then one of those kobolds. You stay away from us, you mouldy jockstrap. I'm going to chuck a vicious mockery. So that's a wisdom saving throw.
Absolutely, wisdom saving throw. That's a 4.
Excellent. So that's 4 damage, and I'll remind you, if he makes an attack, he'll have disadvantage. Which one is it? Kobold 3, cool.
I'm assuming you went for the closest one.
Yeah, cool. Well, that's me.
Okay, Jog, you're up.
Yes, and I'll. Oh, not this again. 15 feet over here. Go away! Just cast on this one that's been weak, and I'll cast another Eldritch Blast on him.
Go for it.
Nat 20.
That 20. Okay, it has 1 hit point.
Oh, okay. So it just this thing just turns into like a black mass on the floor, but just for fun. There you go.
As you do it, much like Metal Gear Rising, he just splits in half, right down the middle.
Cauterized.
And you can see that there's little singe and burn marks all over either side, like you cut him with a lightsaber.
Well, what are you standing there for? Get him!
Anything else from you, Jog?
No, that's it.
Unwin, you're up.
Cool. I'm assuming that would be double movement going up this side on top of this rock here. Bearing in mind I am 3 foot tall.
Yes, it would be.
Cool. Right, I will use the bulk of mine to come to this edge. Bulk of my movement towards the edge, and then I will throw a dart at kobold number 2.
Go for it.
822.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That definitely hits.
7 piercing. I've never rolled this good with my hits, ever.
So, with that one, you just straight into the eyeball. This kobold just.
I'll flick it like that, and it was just through the back of the head. And that'll be me for the moment.
Brilliant. Salad, they're being worn down before even getting to you.
Right. Emboldened by the bardic inspiration, I charge forward. Oh, hold on. Let me grab the page for the halberd. There you go. Alright, so I do have reach with the halberd.
Yes.
So I think I can attack him from here.
Yes, you can, because you've got 10-foot reach.
Alright, I keep him at bay. And in the meantime, I try to attack him. It's two-handed, so I don't have a shield currently.
Yes. Yeah, 20 definitely hits. And as you do this, you just rake this kobold across the chest, and you leave a massive gash which just bleeds open. It is, amazingly, still standing.
Yelling, "Stand back!" And I ready myself to attack him again should he get close.
Which brings us to his go. As he sort of sways in the moment, you sort of lock eyes with him, preparing to do something. And as you do that, you suddenly see his head just disappear from his shoulders as it is ripped off and thrown to your side. As inside the cave, you can hear something.
Hearing that, can I use my reaction to take a step back?
That would be movement rather than reaction, I'm afraid.
Okay.
I'm afraid you can't. As you suddenly see a pair of avian eyes lock eyes of you, as you see that this owl bear takes a few steps forward. Oh, bloody... Sorry, guys. 1 second. There we go.
Well, that's
it's
not good.
as it looks eyes of you, and you can see that it seems to have leather straps and markings over it, as though it's been bound or caged in some way. But the kobold is dead, so that's the end of its gird. Greb, you're up.
Wicked. Right, I'll do the smart thing, and I can't move that. Ah, no, don't do that. Go to here, I think. Oh, there? Yeah, that's the smart
Either of those is fine, yeah.
Cool. So if I go to there, I guess I can't see anything here, right?
Not at the moment. You can just see that there's a pile of kobold bodies at this cave entrance. You can see that Thalid is sort of in brace position for something.
Wicked. I heard the roar. I heard a big roar. Right.
You did hear this roar.
Brilliant. Do I have sight of the cave entrance?
You do, but you can't quite see it because it's in darkness and you're in the sun.
I do have dark vision. Or is it just because I've got sun in my eyes?
It's because you've got sun in your eyes and the angle you're looking at, if that makes sense.
I'll tell you what, I'll be a bit riskier then, but I will hold a spell until the end of the turn, until I see something malicious coming towards the party.
Okay, that's good. The kobold is dead. Osborne, you've heard this great roar coming out of this cave.
Cool. Okay. I'm going to take a few steps this way, and then I'm going to hold my light crossbow for when I see whatever it is coming out.
Okay, good to know. Kobold is dead. You suddenly see the ground sort of, some of the small pebbles and rocks move as this great big owlbear steps out. As it sort of looks at you, Thalid, and it's going to try and swipe at you because it's blocking the exit to the cave. So it's going to make its attack. So it tries to bite you with a 24.
Ow.
And that was just 7 piercing damage.
Alright.
And then it's going to rake you with its claws as well, which is an 18 to hit.
That is half damage.
Half damage?
Yeah, I've got exactly 18.
So 18, so different rules in 5e. If it's an 18, it hits as normal.
Ooh, okay, then hold...
Yeah, meets beats.
Meets beats. You do have your Stone's Endurance, if you want to use it.
Yeah, I was looking through that. To see. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna use that.
Cool. So that would do 9 points of slashing, but you could use your Stone Endurance as a reaction.
Please, God.
As a D12 plus your Constitution score.
Yeah, okay. So that basically negates the attack. Because that is 10.
10 total. So you took 16 damage, reduced down to 6, because you minus 10 from that. So you take 6 points of damage, because you don't have any resistances.
Alright.
Brilliant. Yeah, you can see that Thanos sort of braces himself and roars back at this owlbear as it swipes him and takes some of the damage. Cool, that is the owlbear's go.
Am I going to do the held action for the light crossbow?
Yes, so everyone with held actions, they now trigger.
Coolly. 18 to hit.
18 does hit.
Cool.
Big creature.
10 damage.
It takes 10 points of damage. Good hit.
Yeah.
Am I able to take my one if I'm able to see it?
Yes, you are, because you're quite tall, so you can see over.
Sure. Right, if he can make a spell DC of 13, please.
And what is the save?
It is a wisdom.
Wisdom.
And he gets a bunch of porcini spores in his eyes, mushrooms in his eyes.
That is a 9 wisdom saving throw, so that is a fail for it.
He is blind. Would our reaction go before the attack?
It would have, but I didn't do that by mistake, so no, it doesn't.
Okay, that's totally fine. Cool. Brilliant. So he is technically blind.
He is blind. Jog, it is supposed to be you. It skipped you in the turn order.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, no worries. Yeah, so how far away am I? Fine. Okay, so I'm going to take 5. I'm going to step back 5 feet and go. Oh, he looks nasty. Going to need some real firepower for this. And as he grabs the fryer pan, he's just going to scream, "Fryer pan!" And this massive bolt of light is going to fly straight out towards the owlbear.
You've got advantage on this. So yep, that hits.
And great, that is not going to roll via damage for some reason. Hang on.
Yeah, you have to set it in.
Oh god, yeah. And okay, so it's warlock in it, so you just do default by whatever the maximum you currently have is, isn't it?
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so level 2. That's 19 damage.
90 points of damage. Nice. So as you hit this, it burns massive marks for its feathers and fur. As you now leave these large bald spots, and much of its feathers and fur are now standing on end as static electricity charges through it, as it sort of roars in anguish. Nice. Okay.
And that is concentration. Forgive me, I've not run spellcaster before, so you have to tell me when I need to do stuff with that.
Not a problem. I will let you know.
Thank you.
Okay, Artemis.
Yes, Artemis is... Yeah, let's do that. Artemis is going to say, "Hey, either owl or bear, you can't be both." And I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay, go for it.
So that's a wisdom saving throw, and it'll be 3d6 psychic.
So, interesting. So, okay, wisdom saving throw firstly. That's a natural 1, so that's going to be a fail. So, can you roll the psychic damage first?
Level 1, yep.
So it's 11 psychic damage.
How does it know
No,
where
but-
danger is? It's blind.
Well, so can one of you just roll me a d6 to see which direction it moves, please?
So on.
That's one. Thalid, you feel this thing suddenly trying to push you out of the way as it tries to storm forward in terror, trying to get away from something. So can you just roll me a strength saving throw, please, as it's going to try and barrel past you? Did you hear that, Thalid?
Sorry. Now you can you say it again?
Yeah, a strength saving throw, please.
Yes, indeed. Well, that's not good. I am going to choose to add the bardic inspiration.
Go for it.
Does that change from the natural 1? Like, does that do anything?
It's still the natural 1, but if you add it and it becomes a high number, the natural 1's not an automatic failure on saves, only on checks.
There you go. Then it's a total of 10.
That's a total of 10, so it's going to try and do that. That's a 9. So with the words of Artemis ringing in your ear with a lovely voice, you sort of grit your teeth and you hold steady the ground and you hold this creature in place. It cannot move. Okay, that is both good and bad for you guys. Unwin, you're up.
Cool. I am going to just rinse and repeat with my last couple of darts, because why not? I'll go throw a dart at it.
Go for it. Roll for attack.
I fucking cursed it the last time I said it, didn't I? 9.
you did.
You've got advantage because it's blind, so 22.
Oh, okay, I'm happy with that then. 7 piercing.
7 piercing damage. Nice. Again, you whack through its thick hide, and this owlbear is looking pretty bloodied.
Cool, and that will be me because I'm out of range for all my key stuff.
Good to know. And Thalid, you've managed to hold your ground against this charging owlbear.
Alright, then I'm gonna push him back with the hilt of my halberd and try and swipe at him.
Go for it.
Is that with advantage? I can't remember.
This is still advantage because it's still blind.
Okay, yeah. And that's a 14.
14 hits. That is a further 9 slashing damage. Very nice. It is looking very weak.
I am gonna use my bonus action to second wind.
Go for it. Yep.
That is a bonus action. Yes, it is. Okay. 1d10, which is going to be 8 plus 3, which is 11. So I go back to this amount of hit points.
You get 11 hit points back. Nice. And Greb, this creature is blinded, in pain. It's trying to rush forward, but it can't get past Fallard's mass.
And the last time we fought an owlbear, I killed his child. So what I'm going to do is reach out with a think of another mushroom name. A shiitake skeletal figurine walks towards this owlbear and touches it on the shoulder for 16 to hit.
16 definitely hits.
And it takes 5 necrotic, so you can see...
Greb, how would you like to do this?
You can see as this shiitake skeletal thing absorbs into its left eye socket, the side of its skull starts to just turn into powderous mushroom and disintegrate in the wind. Its brain flops on the ground, and the body crashes on Thandlin.
With this nauseating display in front of you, you see the remains of this owlbear start to just disintegrate and melt away with all of these mushrooms.
Beautiful.
Oof. I definitely do take a step back before it crumbles to the ground.
Just with a disgusting squelch, its mass just covers the ground, and you see that the remains of the kobold starting to be absorbed into this disgusting mass as well. And you are out of combat.
Little bit of static just coming off the back of his head.
I thought that was the second set of bees I was about to drop on you.
Oh, good work, everyone. That was wicked. You are a pan master. Well done. Mushroom Man,
Thank
you smashed it.
I can fully see him playing like a guitar at some point.
It's a banjo.
Yeah.
Okay. We need to get this cart through.
Yeah. I turn to... Oh gosh, hold on. I don't have the name pulled up. There you go. I turn to Jockzog. Tell him you're free to loot. If you need any help lifting the owlbear, we should go check with the old man.
I don't think we should go near that. That looks disgusting. It's all just like at this point, it's just like a rotten mess of mushrooms and gunk, isn't it? Pretty much. So
the mushroom biome in Minecraft.
yeah. Well, when you started saying mushrooms in the head, I was thinking like Lazarus, but
yeah.
let's just go back to the cart. We won't find anything there.
Out of the, I think it was 3 or 4 darts I launched at them, can I try and get any of them back, or are they lost forever?
Could you just roll me a quick d20?
14.
You managed to recover 4 of them.
Cool.
I'll be rifling through the whole field that's in front of me right now, collecting. My primary focus is any reagents, I guess, or components.
So you managed to collect various death mushrooms of various kinds, which I'm sure you'll have your nefarious purposes for, but they require a bit more of growth under your care. So they're definitely useful in a week or so, but not quite now.
Brilliant. Cool. Take them. Thanks, DM.
And round the corner, you can hear the trotting of hooves slowly moving, and you can hear oh, well now, we almost got it round here. Can I ask one of your fellas help just trying to get round this bend?
Sounds like you're already round the bend, but I'll give you a hand.
That's a good one.
And I cast Dissonant Whispers.
Listen, just as an information, I'm not gonna do anything, of course. But like, this is where the rock was destroyed, right?
It's not been destroyed, but you can see that it's structurally weakened quite significantly.
Right. So if you know, tragically, we were to point him in that direction,
Accidentally on purpose.
I mean, I can't say.
trying to send the cart down there?
Nah. We won't get paid otherwise.
I think that's a great idea, and please come with me. Let's. What else is
your
there?
your neck starts to heat up slightly, Greb. As your brand starts to activate.
Can I just out of interest, would I be able to? I mean, like, obviously not to detect magic or whatever, but Arcana. Would I know what this is?
What is? Sorry.
Like you're saying, like his. Would I see? Would there be anything visually to give away that his brands are causing him problem? Like, would I be able to?
So yeah, I obviously would take magic up. You can see that as you look at Greb, you never really noticed looking at him normally, but with your eyes attuned to looking at magic,
Yeah, looking through the frying pan like a magnifying glass. That's it. Yes.
Absolutely. You sort of see Greb's reflection there, and you can see that on his upper neck there seems to be a sort of symbol of some kind branded into the side. And as he was talking about chucking Old Man Crothers and Sweet Daisy off the cliff, it started to just grow slightly red.
Yeah, that's not coming off anytime soon. I think you best behave yourself. And he'll just climb back off his back after looking at it, and waddle off back to the car and sort of try and give a bit of direction around the corner.
I think I've got it. That's it. And unless anyone says anything, he's going to keep going.
Oh, careful! To the left, to the left, to the left. Avoid the edge.
Your left or my left?
Wait
single thing, yes.
way towards me, giving him a bit of direction away from the cliff.
So as it recorded, you see that one of the horses that's very helpful moving all three of them at the same time there. No, it's all falling to pieces now.
So will the cart.
There we go. Right.
Try and hold control and click on both tokens, because that should give you isolated control over the tokens themselves rather than selecting them.
So you can see that as one of the ponies puts its weight on the section where Jog had broken the ground, it suddenly gives away. You can see that one of the horses is now dangling with its front hooves over the side of the cliff, while the other one is holding on. You can see everything starting to tilt down into the valley. Quick,
no,
do something!
No.
Right, I rush over to try and hold on to basically the thing holding the horses together.
Okay, this is a skill
I'll
challenge.
do the same, even though it probably won't.
I think
do
we're all
much
probably
help.
going to have to do this.
Hold on, guys. This is a skill challenge. So, you see it. Fallid runs forward. Fallid, can you make me an athletics check to try and hold this down using your strength to try and keep it in place?
Oh, sorry, that's with advantage. Yeah, that's a 12.
That's a 12. You can see that Fallid is starting to get his heels dragged towards the edge as the weight starts to move. Artemis, how are you going to help them?
Oh, Artemis is running around giving everyone advice on how best to deal with this. Basically just G'ing everyone up and being helpful in any way she can.
Absolutely. Using her bright personality. Can you roll me a persuasion check to try and keep everyone's morale high and motivated? 22. Nice. So, yes, you feel a bit of inspiration from Artemis's encouraging and sweet words. Okay, Unwin.
Yes.
As a reminder, the skill check, you can choose a way of approaching this, which you think you can make
I'll
best
try and
use of your
grab.
abilities.
Yeah, on my rock purchase, I will try and grab whatever I can to try to help pull the horses around towards the cliff face. So, like the reins or some of the strapping or whatever.
Absolutely. Can you roll me an animal handling check to try and get them across, because they are scared.
9.
That's a 9. They're resisting. They're sort of pulling back. They don't want to move at all.
Yep.
On this. Okay. Jog, you're up next.
Yep. Real quick question when it comes to the pack talisman that I've got. It's when I fail an ability check, I get to add D4. Does that count like for stuff like athletics, or is that just raw strength, dexterity?
No,
checks?
that's any skill check. So that includes
Any.
athletics, any of those.
Okay, fantastic.
Be a bit shit otherwise.
I was going to say that, to be fair. So I think I will go for an investigation check to see if there's anything nearby that I can sort of help get the horse's hooves back on solid ground, like towards the edge.
Absolutely, go for it.
So I'll run over here looking for any sort of sticks, straps, anything. Oh, nat 20. There you go.
20. You managed to find there are a couple of useful bits of equipment around, and using that you managed to pull sort of a pulley system together, which you can start to pull the cart round the corner.
Heavier guys, help me! And I'm just holding on to it a little bit because there's obviously not much strength in his bones to really.
With an actual 20, it's a very well designed pulley system.
Oh, fantastic! I'll just whistle away and just pull the horse back.
That's fine. And quickly, and I'm going to do Oslin and then Greb.
Cool. Well, seeing what Jog is up to, I think I would have twigged what he was trying to achieve. So I'll be helping him with that, and also helping him pull on the rope, I think.
That's fine. Can you roll me? Ooh, what check do you think would be appropriate for that?
That is a good question. Probably. I don't know. It's toss up between intelligence and strength to work out what he was doing early enough to be able to help.
I'm going to say, as a studied sort of man, would an insight check so you can sort of work out what Jog is doing, because he's a bit of a difficult character.
Yeah, okay, let's go with
that.
Yeah,
roll me an insight check to see if you can align with Jog.
Not so much.
Not so much. That's fail. Okay. And Greb, it is you.
When I got my options, I can see that if I let this all go to pieces, I'm never going to get rid of this mark. So I'm going to pull off the spiky mushroom from my shoulder once more, and I'm going to wrap a vine around Thalin and begin to pull. So I'm going to thorn whip him.
Okay. So as you're doing this, can you roll me an athletics check, but using your wisdom modifier?
Sure. Athletics with wisdom. Okay.
With wisdom rather than strength.
That's a 9. It's also spell attack, so you know.
So because you're not going to miss the cart, but it's trying to get the vines.
I'm going for Thalin.
Okay. I'm still going to say you managed to wrap it around him without hurting him, but then getting the extra strength from the vines themselves to help pull. It doesn't give quite enough force with a 9, unfortunately.
Damn, I was hoping to kill one of you.
So with those rolls, we've got a bit of an Italian job situation now, where half of the cart is now dangling over the edge. You can see that Old Man Carruthers is now dangling above a 100-foot drop. And the cart is starting to just balance slightly. And it's starting to just move over the cliff, and then it moves back slightly. You got to think quickly on something to try and rescue the cart.
Remember, you're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
Well, I'm assuming some people would have grabbed rope before.
Yeah,
I do have
jump on the back.
Yeah, I do have 50 foot ahead.
Don't touch the cart; it will fall. Wrap around the back wheels, and we'll all pull backwards and start again.
I kind of grunt. I'm very overexerted at this point, I would say. And I just kind of grunt, anything that will get us out of this tight situation. Please, quickly.
Yep. All right. To the back. Some rope. Let's get going.
I hand the levy bit over to the bard and get her to hold that. It's quite easy going though, so there shouldn't be any problems. And I'll start helping get rope tied to the back wheels.
Cool. So with the rope, I'm going to let one last skill check with advantage. But either Osman or Artemis have got to roll it because they're the two who are going to have to try and get this to work.
Whoever's stronger.
Yeah, 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 all right,
It depends
fine.
on the skill. Sorry, are you leaving it open to the skill we choose?
It is open
Or
to
is
the
it
skill
pref-
you choose. If you can think of a way to use the rope, which is giving you advantage.
Sorry, was that Oslam was the other one? It's
Yeah.
between us two.
It's between you two, yeah.
Yep. How you feeling? You got something?
The only thing that springs to mind is tying the rope to the back of the cart, looping it around one of the rocks, and using that as a tackle.
That sounds good to me, mate.
Okay, let's go with that. So yeah, we'll tie off the rope and sling it around some of the outcropping of rocks to try and get some advantage, and then
It's a good plan. So can
Yeah.
one of you, it doesn't matter who, roll me a sleight of hand check with advantage.
do you want me to
All
do
right,
that?
I'm on it.
Go for it. 13.
13. With a 13 and a great heave ho, you manage to get the cart back on solid ground. However, it has taken a lot of effort to try and rescue this cart. So everyone is suffering from a point of exhaustion.
Oh damn!
But the cart and Carruthers is safe.
Cool. Is there a way to track exhaustion?
There should be on the sheet. I normally have it on, but I've got to redo it.
Key thing to just remember is until you have a long rest, you have disadvantage on ability checks.
Cool. Okay.
So I'll remind you. And with a bit of effort, you managed to get the cart over there, and then in the interest of time, you managed to get it over the bridge with minimal effort.
Cool.
And you take a moment to sort of catch your breath. And I can't rotate this now. That is really irritating. Stop! Let
Nice,
me
it's off the
rotate
cliff
it.
again. We've got to try again. And then we're exhausted.
Take two.
There we go. So as it gets around the other side, you are tired, but you have the ability to take a rest if you want.
Absolutely.
What time of day is it?
It is just coming up to midday. The sun is sort of dipping behind the cliffs. It's darker this far up north, so the days are shorter. But you can take an hour to take a short rest.
Can we have a quick check around to make sure we're actually not going to get ambushed or anything whilst taking said short rest?
Absolutely. Roll me a perception check, whoever is leading on this.
11.
I don't see anything. You
Does that mean there's nothing there?
you just see a couple of fish. You can see that there seems to be an eel which has made its way up here and is starting to eat the congealed remains of the half-dissolved fish that Jog has all killed.
By the
I'd
way,
do
while we take the short rest, I am berating the old man. I'm just chewing him out.
Yeah. I would like to roll a deception check to see if he sees I'm actually listening to him, or if I'm just away from my thoughts.
So clarification, which old man are you talking to?
Oh, this one.
Yeah, I thought that was the case.
Nah, Jogzug's fine. He's.
Oh, alright, I thought you meant me. Sorry.
I said there would be potentially dangerous, but everyone's okay. No one died. It's all fine. Just remember, 1,000
You
gold
almost
from.
did.
You wouldn't take a job for 1,000 gold if it was easy.
Yeah, but you're paying. You're paying us 1,000 gold, and you almost died.
Well, I'm only paying you once I get my money from Mr. Brandt.
I take a deep sigh. And who's that?
Mr. Brandt, he's the one who's paid us. We're delivering his goods to Iman.
I take a very deep breath, being very tired, and go, just. Can you be straight with us, with what we have to expect next time for your safety and ours?
Well, so apart from the goblins and the kobolds, who've got their alliance now, we might run into the Riverbinder. He's a nice fella, kind of. Doesn't like me very much, but I'm sure you'll be able to talk him down.
All right. How are you opposed to hiding in the cart and me driving it through?
Oh God, I'm sure you're a man of many talents, Mr. Fallon, but Sweet Daisy only let me ride her.
Hmm. I mean,
I
we're gonna have to
mean,
take our chance, won't we?
I mean that in every sense. She's physically bound to me. No one else can ride her. Security mechanism and all that.
That's just lovely. So you,
I think so.
I, at once I feel satisfied with having let out my opinions regarding this fine gentleman. I just sit down to have a quick 5-minute rest.
Absolutely. So, as difficult as it is to berate an arbitrary figure like Mr. Carruthers, you do feel a bit better letting it all out. And over the next hour, you have, as far as you can get, a relaxing rest. You sort of rest up. You can patch any wounds. Anyone can roll hit dice if they want to. Those on short rest abilities, those all recharge. And
bringing my step after that.
And the hour passes quickly. And as you're resting up, Unwin, as you're closest, can you just roll me a perception check?
Oh god. 14.
14. With a 14, you can hear what sounds like mass movement coming from behind you, further up the trail.
I will not necessarily yell it because I want the other people to hear, but I'll say it so that everyone can hear it in our group that there's more people coming behind. If that makes sense.
Okay, across the bridge, everyone.
Okay, everyone get themselves in their marching order.
Oh, right. So yeah, we go ahead of the cart.
Yes, you can go behind if you so choose.
I'm just sort of straddling the side of it because it's a bit too hard to keep up running.
That's fine.
Sorry. Was the noise coming from behind us or in
It
front
was
of us?
coming from behind. It was coming from up here.
Okay.
Before we go too far, how easy is this bridge to destroy?
It's made of wood. Well, it's sturdy dwarven make. It's still made of wood.
I wouldn't suggest we do though. That would cause problems for some other cars.
Yes.
I love Jogzog. I love him. He's the
Maybe
best.
not
It's
sort of
just
just,
bad planning permission. They need to talk to the council about that.
could we not just take up some of the planks that are on it so that way a cart wouldn't wheel across it easily, but it's not exactly destroyed? If that makes sense.
Or we
depends
could
what's coming
leave
after
before
us,
they
really.
fight. We could leave before they even make it to us.
But if we
might
take
be
the plank
faster.
with us, then when we come back, we can put it back and go across it, no problem.
It's Minecraft.
Oz is just going to start a bonfire in the middle of the bridge as we roll away.
Thank you.
As you're sort of chatting, Greb, as you're the closest, can you just roll me a perception check, please?
Perception.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
I don't know why that's added guidance on there, but it's a 22.
Oh, yeah, 22's still really good. As you do that, you see something poke its head round the bend. As you see an enormous creature with sort of a tiger-like face bend round.
Destroy the bridge!
I don't let anyone know, I just walk up front. I keep walking.
Nothing to see here, just, yeah.
Yeah.
As behind it, you can hear chittering with that really high roll as you see another set
In
of.
fact, actually, as I walk past, what's his name? The artificer, Glibus. Can't see his name. I'm sorry. Osland.
Osland.
Oz.
I'll just tap him on the shoulder as I walk by.
Yes.
So as I'm behind you, I guess. Does Alden also see what I just saw?
Yes, he does.
Yes.
It's kind of hard to miss this point. You see this large creature, which Osland you would recognise. This is a manticore. As you can see, it seems to have again levers and chains down on it. As behind it walk a set of kobolds, who sort of look over, and you Kill Bill style lock eyes.
The bridge has a bonfire set on it, and Oz is actively willing it to burn faster.
So with a whoosh, the bridge whoosh, bursts into flames, and catching fairly quickly, you can see that this bridge starts to burn away.
Oh,
Don't manticores have wings?
This one does have wings, but they are chained and locked in place, and it seems to be held in place by these kobolds walking behind it.
Okay.
For now.
There you go. There's your fire.
yeah, there we go.
Gorgeous. Yeah. Until we're out of sight of the group, I'm gonna be walking behind the cart.
Absolutely fine. And as you work your way round, you can see that this group of kobolds has sort of gathered behind, and they're sort of jumping up and down at this bridge, but it seems none of them are brave enough to jump on the other side, and the manticore isn't bothered enough to make pursuit. And as you do, you make your way round the bend, and you are past the worst of this section of the route.
Yay!
And as you're back on the road, the high cliffs start to give way as you make your way through the northern part of the Taurian forest. The weather is pleasant, it is slightly cloudy, but it seems the last of the worries are behind for you. The kobolds and the pain from the stings start to fade away as you sort of relax, even get slightly sleepy for those sitting in the cart. Where is everyone going to be on this? Is everyone going to get inside the cart? Are you going to walk next to it? What's everyone's sort of marching with this?
Oh, I'm dangling my feet out the side and just having a look across the valley as we trundle along.
I'll be doing the same.
Following my pan.
As we're both the shortest of the group, I assume we're both the shortest, but it'd be easier than us trying to run to keep up.
Yeah.
I'll scale back.
Can I get the pair of you and Oslan as well, please? Can you just make me investigation rolls quickly?
Sorry, how fast is the cart going?
It's going sort of maybe about 5-10 foot, depending on the quality of the road you're walking on.
Alright, yeah, I should be able to keep up with it. I
Yeah,
was wondering, because if it's a marching pace, yeah, I'll definitely be walking in front of it.
Yeah, it's marching pace for most parts. You're not really on roads you can pick up the speed significantly on yet.
That's good, that's good.
Okay for us must be sitting in the passenger seat next to the old man, or
Absolutely. As you sit there, he offers you a wheel of cheese.
a wheel of cheese. That's awesome. She loves a wheel of cheese, and she will play a bit of music to. What's going on?
Oh, thank you very much. I made this myself. I had a jug of milk I left in the bag for too long, and I just took this out and made cheese out of it. As you sort of take a bite into this cheese, it is salty and sort of flavourless, but perfectly edible. Sort of more curd than real cheese.
I mean, she's not a fine lady, so that's probably about right.
Oh my. For those who rolled the investigation check, you've noticed something, Unwin. In everything being jittered around and knocked around while you were doing your Italian job, one of these barrels has been knocked on its side. And it seems as though...
Investigation was, by the way, 19 for Elwin.
Yes. You were the only one who succeeded, unfortunately, in this. And you can see that there's barrels on its side. You can see that one of the bindings has come off. And you can see sort of this fine black powder, sort of like sand, is starting to pour out of it onto the side.
I'll run my fingers through it, sort of get the consistency and Study it.
Yeah, it's very fine. Again, it's not dissimilar to sand, but it sort of sticks to your fingers and it marks them black.
Does it smell of anything?
You sort of give it sniff. It's sort of saltpetery almost.
I'll turn to Oswald and say, does this look familiar at all? And I'll obviously like a pinch of salt sort of action, puts them in his hand.
Would I know what it is?
So if you roll me a history check, it's going to be hard.
Yeah. 7.
7. You're not sure what this is. There's many alchemic ingredients where they require refinement before you know what they are. You swear you've heard of something about some strange black powder, something to do with white stone.
I'm going to take a little vial of it.
Absolutely, you can do that. Again, this barrel is sort of on its side, and you can just see that this little pile of black powder starting to build up in the centre of the cart.
I'm going to guess that. Go on.
So I might grab 2 small vials, and if there's quite obviously going to be some loss here, I can disguise the fact I've borrowed some.
I'm going to guess that I would have no clue what this is.
Yeah, I was saying Arcana from my side as well.
Not really. You sort of look at it in Arcana. It's not something doesn't seem magical to you.
Yeah, I just don't pay any attention, and I just sort of look at it and just shrug.
I'll turn to Jog and just look at him.
Artemis.
You know.
Sorry, go on. Does Artemis notice any of this from the back? Or is she just too happy, chilled up front?
You can hear some of the commotion, and you can see that they seem to be fiddling around with things.
What's going on back there, boys?
Oh, we found some of this, and I'll pass a bit forward.
Is it still pouring?
It's still on its side, so yeah, you can see that this little pyramid of black powder is just getting gradually bigger.
And this is coming out of one of the things on the cart.
Yes, you can see one of the barrels.
It should be in the barrel, not out of the barrel.
I've those straps of leather I took earlier. Can I like roll a couple up as like a makeshift cork just to plug it back in?
Yeah, absolutely. You
I'll
sort
do
of
that
just
then.
shove this leather into the hole, and you can see that the black powder gradually comes to a stop.
Yeah, I'll just put that in then. Good as new.
What is it?
It's a black powder.
It's like pepper or something.
I'll dip my finger in and just lick it.
It tastes sort of nothing, earthy.
Dirt. Black dirt.
I don't think it's
Okay.
dirt.
Right, you heard
Tastes
the
like
man.
dirt.
As you're sort of chatting away, sort of examining this strange black substance, you see the cart suddenly comes to a slowdown. As you hear a voice from the front going, "Oh, well, nice to meet you, Mr. Rivers. We're just passing through. No issue." As you sort of stop to come and look outside, you can see that there is quite a commotion going on here. On the other side, you can hear a series of battles and screeches as you see a group of goblins and their various pet creatures seem to be fighting with these trees as they're making their way across. On your side, you can see what looks like an elven man standing on the top of the cliff face.
Oh, there he is.
He's up here for everyone.
Yeah.
I'd say, would I be able to really make out that he's Elvish from that distance?
I've already said he is, so yes.
In which case, because I know Elvish, and well, probably not more for flavour than everyone else, Jogzog's main interest is sitting alone in the middle of his little cave reading Elvish books. He knows quite a bit of Elvish, so he will call out to him and say, "We're just passing through, do you need any help?"
And he looks at you, and in a second, you see him disappear where he was, and he's standing in front of you, and he looks down. And he goes, I would not expect one of such diminutive stature to understand the finer tongues. Tell me, why are you traveling with this scammer, this rogue? He has already stolen from me once.
Stolen?
Yes, he knows that it is not to travel through here, and he knows he is not to take any of the plot, and yet he has done it more than once.
Unfortunately,
He-
we weren't allowed really choice in the route and matter. But he said this was the quickest way to him on.
Brothers, where are you taking them this time?
While
You
they
owe
talk,
me repayment. Oh, I'm more than happy to repay after I've got this job. Lots of gold coming in. You know that I do not want gold. Where is my tree? Oh, well, I mean, I passed it along to this lovely dwarven fellow, and I'm sure he's looking after it properly. I'm sure it's fine. I'll tell you what. I'm going up to Kraghammer once I finish this job, so why don't I go ask him, and I can let you know. So he steps forward. Where is my tree?
I take a step forward as well.
He looks at you and he goes, "Ah, hired help. Tell me, is this money worth your life? This one owes me a great deal. I do not wish to escalate this situation. I have enough to deal with these pests on the other side of the valley."
Yeah, if I may interject, that there's clearly some history between you two, but if any of us are killed, then you will never receive any recompense. Surely it makes more sense to come to an amicable solution.
He sort of looks at you and he goes, "Ah, I can see that he at least hires people with more sense than he does. To explain the situation I find myself in. I am the caretaker of the canyons. They call me the Riverbinder. I look after the plants, the trees, the natural energies of this part of the world. I once had a grove I called my own, a tree I raised from a sapling, which I lived in and was my shelter and my focus, until I went away one day to see my friends in the Ashari. When I come back, my tree is gone, with a note from this one saying that it was taken to provide a debt. He has promised me to return it, and yet I do not see my tree."
See.
It seems to me that I need to escalate this. I tell you what, Carruthers. Until I get my tree, I take your cut. It seems fair. You have something of mine, I will take something of yours.
If I might, it looks like you're having some trouble with the goblins over there.
Ah, they are pests. My grove will take care of them.
Oh, I mean, we could take care of them for you for some safe passage.
Roll me a persuasion check, Jog.
That's gonna be at disadvantage, isn't it?
It is a disadvantage because you're still
Bulga.
exhausted.
Yeah, but I'm hoping I can add 4 to the first. So that's 7, so I can add 4 to that, I think. And I don't know if I have to roll it. Let me quickly check. Oh yeah, I need a D4. Well, it's probably not going to work, but maybe. No, 8. That's
No.
not so good.
That's it. I find the offer of helping me with something I can take care of not the most engaging of arguments. So, I think a fair agreement. I take the cut. Once I get my tree back, you can have your cut back. Well, I mean, I'd have to go all the way back to Kraghammer, and I've got this urgent job, and I need the money. I mean, you're ruining me here, Mr. Riverband. You're ruining me.
We are currently transporting goods that don't belong to either of us. So if you were to confiscate the cart, another party would be wronged in the process.
Yeah. They can take it up with this one. It's not my problem.
Can I ask? I'm saying while they're talking, if I have a minute of just like walking around the cart, I don't know if this is going to work, but I'll try it. I'd like to try and cast Distort Value to make the cart just look less desirable to him to take. Like it's going to be more of a chore for him to take away and confiscate than just to let us go. More like.
Okay, I will say, it does say it's no more than 1 foot in size.
Oh, bugger, yeah, sorry, I didn't see that. Never mind then.
So what you do is you sort of look around and you can see that the front of the cart now has just like one foot section where it's got like scratches, graffiti all over it. Actually kind of fits with the whole character of Mr. Carruthers here, but unfortunately it seems to be only that one section which looks super worth. You see, your fingers. I don't know why I'm taking it. Look at the care you're taking in your seat. Well,
That's not right.
I don't think you should have this cart.
and what are you going to do? Stop me?
Oh no. Oh no. I can stop you, but look, we're not. I feel like we're not friends, but I also feel like we shouldn't be enemies either. This man owes you a tree. I think we can do that. I think we can get this tree back, but stopping all of us, stopping this cart. We have common enemies also. Why are we fighting now?
Can you roll me another persuasion check, Artemis? I'm going to give you advantage in this because that was pretty eloquently put. So it's just a straight roll for this.
Just a straight roll, okay.
14. I can see a compromise here. I will let you go, but I'm going to leave an observer to make sure that you stick to your word this time, you no good half-shanks. And as he does that, you see he walks over to Carruthers and he seems to just pull out what looks like just a little nut from the side of his jacket, and he just pops it down in between the tunic of Carruthers. And you suddenly see it blooms as suddenly this vine wraps round Carruthers' neck. He says, "This is a lovely bit of jewelry I've designed just for you. If you even think about double-crossing me again, this will choke your ambitions out of you. Now, get out of here. I have pests to deal with." And he looks to you, Artemis, and says, "Lovely lady, your time is wasted on craven dealers like this. I hope I do not cross your paths like this again. Please take this as a terms of my affection." And he offers you just this tiny oak leaf in between his fingers.
Oh, that's nice. She takes that and puts it in her hair.
And then, as you put it on your hair, you feel pretty good, Artemis. You get 10 temporary hit points.
Damn.
And you can add 1d6 to your next initiative roll.
Mm.
Oh damn. Okay, cool.
And as he does that, you see that he disappears back up. And you can see that he returns to his spot on the cliff face. And you can see that a pair of trees start growing across the riverway. And you can see that these shrubs sort of pop out of the ground and start to join them. As your path is clear.
So as once we get up to like past where he's going, I'll just be like, "It was nice meeting you. Good luck with the pest control."
You can probably perception check, Jog.
With pleasure. Let me get that. Perception. I'm completely oblivious, to be fair, as expected. So it's a 1. That's a nice
His face
one.
is gone. He doesn't have a face anymore.
Oh my god.
I just blink again, just think maybe I've just waved at a tree. Oh, my eyesight's getting terrible.
And you quickly make your way down. through there, and you manage to pass through the rest of the area without any difficulty. And with that, you have passed through the last areas of concern. You are now joining the main Silvercut roadway back towards Amon. Travel is uneventful. The road is well travelled. You do cross a point where you can see what looks like a graveyard almost, of hundreds of goblin bodies just strewn out, semi-decomposed skeletons in some case, just laid out across the roadway. It is strange, but what isn't these days? As you travel past, you come across a farmland. You can see that, while verdant, several of these farms are completely overgrown with weeds and other flora, which seems to have overtaken the croplands. You pass a strange village with a rather sickly-looking oak tree. It sort of has autumn-coloured leaves at this time of year. Strange, but again, normal things. And as you arrive in Amon, you are greeted by a flamboyant figure, blonde-backed hair, wealthy in clothes, wearing velvet red. And he greets you as a Mr. Dyson Brandt. And he thanks you for the quick delivery of these goods. And several of his men unload and pack. And your job is done. 1,000 gold is quickly paid to each of you, and a recommendation of a tavern is presented. A strange French name, Vio Croc. And you enjoy a nice pint, and wait for this all to blow over.
Yay!
And that is everything I had planned. I had to move a couple of things around there.
That was great.
Very well done. I enjoyed that.
I was just saying, it reminds me of that bit though, when you said black powder. I was like, oh, are we the baddies?
Oh yeah. We're pretty much the evil henchmen at this point.
You didn't pick the barrel up. I was like, they're going to kill us all.
I was so going to just try and kill that guy right in front of us. God.
Kill him and steal his shit.
Yeah. Just to move on, man. I feel like I should have done it now.
Well, hey,
really well done.
if Mike is ever off again or he wants to take a break, I'm more than happy to pick up the story of the new party.
Yeah, sure.
Great.
Oh yeah.
Do you know, I must admit, there was one
I've never really done a one shot before.
No.
Yeah.
Mm.
I love your character and like you're like, let's do this. It's okay. No, we're done.
Has he got recording?
Yes, please.
Okay.
As I often do, every single one of my one-shot characters is a test run of a character I want to play in the future.
Yeah, that was
Probably
good.
makes sense rather than getting really attached to it.
Well, when that big thing came out, I sat there and I already was like, I know exactly what spell I'm going to cast because I had Crown of Madness, so I was ready to just hopefully take it over and